Hello everyone, T-Man978. In this video, we're going to be looking at the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 162. Cobra S.N.A.K.E Battle Armor Suit. Battle Suit. I could have swore it was called Battle Armor because I believe that's what my pre-order said. But here's this. Here's all this. I'm filming it handheld right now because I'm about to be playing Fortnite in a second. So I just wanted to film this. But I'm hoping this is better than what I've seen in a review. And I have a friend that's been telling me not too great stuff. So we will see. But disclaimer right now. I am honest. And I will not lie to you about whatever experience that I'm having. So if you like to only hear good things about something you paid a lot of money for, you should probably get off of this video because there may be a chance that I might say bad things, but let's find out in a second. I will try to keep all of that negativity till the end of the video and just talk about what I'm messing with and then going to my complaints at the end. That's what I will attempt, so it won't be a negativity fest if it has to be. So we're out of packaging and this thing is very huge. That is the most impressive thing about this is the size of it. It is definitely a big mech, and I'll go into other stuff. Here are all the accessories it comes with. First thing, it comes with these little wrist pieces. You need these. You don't need them, but it definitely makes it a better fit for the accessories if you apply these inside of there so that they don't bump into these side armor right there so much. So put those in. We need this door right here, which basically plugs straight into there. And with that, we can lift this up, shut these around it, and this plastic is very thin. I gave that disclaimer about putting stuff off to the end, but I'll probably just do my typical style. The plastic on this is very thin. That's the first thing you'll notice when you take this out of the box. It is very, very extremely lightweight. In fact, it's only like 2 ounces heavier than this thing. So, yeah, this feels like a brick, while this feels very hollow and light. Now, of course, we know that the inside is hollow, but everything else, the arms and the legs, are also hollow. But get this into place, put this like this. You'll have to carefully like push that in, push that down, and then try to get that down. If you like squeeze, you'll squeeze this inside of the body and it'll frustrate you. So now we can bring these down, put it into there and put it into there. Just know when you're handling this, don't grab it from the body. Grab like the arm or leg or something like that. I mean, it is stable. I will give you that. There are no ratchets, but let's finish putting it together before I get into the extra details. Back is plain. You'll note that you have this little backpack thing. You can fit that into there. Like I said, try not to squeeze the front while you're doing that. Like, grab it from the sides. You get these 2 jet fuel packs. It has this off center. You want to go towards the inner side so it can fit inside of that little cavity right here. It'll do that on both sides, and pretty much you're done. Let's put them in like a basic form. He does come with, or it does come with, these 2 hands that just plug in like straight. They don't like click in. It's just a straight up peg right there. Is it a 5mm peg? Let's find out. All right, I haven't tried this. We're going to find out together. It'll be cool if this is 5mm. No, it's not. Womp womp. I mean, I can rest that in there. These are Transformers Siege or Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy blast effects. So it's a little bit thicker than 5mm. But I can rest that in there so you can fake it to an extent. Let's give you a spin around before I get close in, because my other lenses are definitely way closer than what I'm doing right now with the wide angle. But as you can see, it is an old school sci-fi type robot droid thing. Looks like it came out of Tron a little bit, but with a lot more detail, because this actually moves. I believe the original toy didn't have any articulation at all. So there's that. Wait, before the closer up lenses, you can open this up, which reveals like detail right there, and you can spread the hips a bit, but it closed to get it into the packaging tighter. Now that we are a little bit closer, you can see that it does have like a wash on it, like all over, so it's dirty looking. So it looks like it has seen some battles, and it's not just plain gray and light plastic. I'll let you see closer ups on a lot of the detail, which there is. Like, I'm gonna say it doesn't have ratchets. It has like ball joints. I believe this must be a ball joint in there. I can't really get it to like rotate outward much. Not like the shoulders. The shoulders are on a post with a ball on the end. When you stretch it out, they can lock up like that, and they can come down. But as you may have seen me just do, you can get some type of butterfly action doing that and doing this. But the outward articulation, you don't get much because of the design, which honestly, that's a flaw in the design of this robot more than the design of the toy. And I guess they didn't want to go out of their way to make a difference. But what I was saying about the ball joints, whatever they have in here, it's like when you move it and stop, it's like it freezes the arm into place. And it honestly feels like the first couple times you do this, it feels like you're gonna break it, probably because of how hollow it is and lightweight. But I don't know how this works, but wherever you stop, it stops the arm. It does give you a little bit of wiggle, but to let you see this also, it can go out that much and come in that much. You get a bicep rotation. The elbows have ratchets and they bend that much, and of course the wrists just rotate. And the legs, honestly, they're just on the same deal. That's what makes me think these are ball joints as well. You can kick it forward 90 degrees and they bend less than 90. The ankle goes back, the ankle goes forward. There's no ankle pivot at all. Like, if there's one thing that I wish this thing could have had that would have made me happy, if it could get into like an A stance. But I haven't tried this yet. Well, let's see if I could get him or get it standing up in like a walking pose, like it's kind of tilted. Oh, yeah. You'll have to get clever as far as the articulation, because without ankle pivot and without the ability for the legs to go into an A stance, stability in anything just straight standing up is going to be hard. Oh, and I forgot to mention the waist articulation. Yeah, one click, both directions. If you can get it to do more than that, let me know in the comments. I am scared to go beyond that. I've tried, but that's as much as you can do. Now, given the fact that this thing doesn't have any outward motion on the arms and it can just walk straight, it's like a walking tank. I wish it could rotate left and right a little bit more than that. So I'm not sure on the decision as far as that. So main complaints. I said I was going to save it to the end, but I'll say it right now. Very lightweight, lighter than I expected it. 100% feels like a child's toy. Now this line is 100% aimed at adults. So that is shocking. Every other vehicle type thing they make is made out of more substantial, thick, hard plastic. So the feel of this is just shocking to me. I don't feel crazy bad about my purchase, but it's just shocking. There's that. Like I said, the arms are what they are. I didn't expect a lot from that. But I do wish that it rotated more in the waist, and I wish it could do an A stance with ankle pivot for stability and anything besides a straight on pose. So those are my complaints. These hands can come off, and this guy is like the precursor to the Cobra bat. So it pretty much has the same accessories. It has a hook hand so it can grab things. I don't know exactly how, whether these go inside of the body and come out like a transformer, or whether the pilot has to get out, grab these armaments and put it on manually. It has a laser gun, and it has a flamethrower. The flamethrower has this moving handle. Nitpick complaint about this is, let me zoom in on this. Transformers collectors know they call this waffling. This is on the top, so that little hollow empty space that they didn't feel like filling in, I guess for cost cutting measures, it's visible at all times. I don't like that. Now you do have the option to rotate it this way, but looking at the product shots and the way it came packaged, it's supposed to be up the top. But if you do it like this, you won't see that hollowness. And with the flamethrower, we can have this effect right here to show you that the flame is active, or the flamethrowing capabilities are active. You can do like a full-on burst like that, or we can do a stream right here where we're taking out several GIJOEs at once. So that's cool action right there. And the last accessory is this missile. So this is what makes me think maybe this stuff somehow materializes on the arm. I mean, it's a cartoon. Maybe they have like some type of storage pocket type capabilities, and it can just make this armament appear. And he shoots the missile, and then they teleport another missile to it. But yeah, with the limited mobility of this, and now I'm just talking about it as like a fictional type thing, I would like to hope that this armor is very strong. Like stronger than a his tank, because it should be slow moving and low maneuverability, and all the GIJOEs should be aiming directly on this thing at once to take it down. Back here, there are ports right there where you could have put like effects. I don't know if they were planning on making that and then scrapped it at the last minute, but it could have had like a rocket type effect right there. And I tried to see if I can, like, these holes are even bigger than these pegs right there. But that would have been cool if it had like some type of rocket effect. But now let's open this thing back up. When you have that backpack on, these lift up a little less than they did before. But the canopy or the hats can still go back. Open that up, pull that down, and now this is the cool part, where you can have troopers preparing this thing and getting ready to get inside. Now to attempt, oh, things I didn't mention. This is a transparent visor up there, and these are transparent light type things right there. But as we can see, you have the seat with the Cobra logo on it. Let's zoom in some more. We have monitors inside so that they can see the readings on this and other information from Cobra. You get details like right here. These actual controls have painted on detail. I guess this is where you can tell what damage or what's going on exactly with the battle armor or snake armor. Open and close the door hatch, I guess. Other things, the controls over here have painted details, and they move, as you can see, on the ball joint. A lot of range in that, to be honest. And let's zoom out a bit to down here. Let's turn it this way. Let's see. There we are. Yeah, it's upside down so that when you shut it, the person inside can actually see. And here they are targeting G.I. Joe's base right there, it looks like. And we have other readings and whatnot. And now that I'm zoomed in, I can see the paint got scraped onto that. I did not notice that before. Alright, I grabbed several different Cobra type people so I can show them actually seated in here. But here is the Cobra Ferret driver, I believe that thing is called. And I have her grabbing one of the handles on the front right there, while grabbing up here is leverage to actually get inside of there. And here she is in here, holding the handle and about to prepare to push that close button over there. And there's a lot of room on the straps right here because she's smaller than the male figures. So that's a little bit floaty. I don't know if that would be a problem with somebody, but you could probably figure out what you need to do to get that going. But her hand looks cool on that trigger and doing all this. So yeah, that looks really, really cool. And would work great for like pictures and whatnot if you have the right lighting. Here she is holding both handles if somebody wanted the satisfaction of seeing that. Alright, now let's close it up with the person in there. And wow, yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Can you see the face? And I can clearly see it, but I'm probably gonna have to raise this up and brighten up the lights after I zoom in. No, you can see her, but I'll still brighten up the lights. There she is. You can clearly see the face. I was wondering about that. Depending on your lighting, yes, I can clearly see her. Alright, I wanted to show other people as well. Here is one of the Cobra Fire Squad guys. I forget what they're called, but if you've been collecting, you know. I wanted to show more of the non-traditional troopers messing with this. The ones that could match the color scheme a little bit more. Like the black and red interior, and he's black and red, and like I was showing, she's gray, and this thing is mostly gray and dark gray. Alright, he sits a little bit further back in there, so it's a little bit tougher to see his face. You got to get the light at the correct angle because it's like more shadow. But let's see if I can change that. Alright, I don't feel like sitting here all night, but I kind of leaned his ab crunch forward so you can get the face closer to the windshield or the glass right there. Cobra Commander likes to get his hands dirty, so yeah, here he is in here. At least in the cartoon, he would like to jump in and be in the fight sometimes. And I guess he would feel protected in something like this. So I'm going to close it and see if you can see his visor a bit.
The Joes will never know it hit them.
And here is the Cobra bat, as mentioned. Similar accessories, like I said before. Claw, flamethrower, laser gun right here. You have the laser gun that's chilling out in his back, and 2 fists. Only thing this doesn't come with is a missile, but he does have a pistol. So, yeah, there's that. And this thing is very close to 12 inches tall, so here it is next to a female trooper and a male trooper. Pretty much like the height of 2 troopers standing on top of each other, since these things are 6 inch and a little bit over 6 inch. Here it is next to something like the Fert vehicle. Well, like I was saying, on the plastic they use on the vehicles feels a little bit more tough or harder than this. The consistency on this is, like I said, like safety plastic almost. Like if it fell, you don't have to worry about it breaking. Now here's how tall it is next to the hiss. So that's crazy. Like at least size-wise, it's definitely a formidable type thing. I had him out earlier. Here it is with the owl bear again from their Dungeons and Dragons line. And you could use it to fight something crazy like that. That would make sense. Or maybe it's not really being piloted by troopers or per se. Or you could pretend the troopers are a different size in there. And here's their anti-transformer mech. Of course, this is Masterpiece Optimus Prime, by the way. MP44 for the people that completely don't know. Final thoughts. I normally just tell y'all to pay attention to everything I just said, but I'm going to do a recap. Positives. It's huge, an imposing, awesome display piece. It comes with a bunch of accessories that are cool. These different fire effects are cool. You have options. I like that. I like the different hand options and whatnot. Putting the characters in there, or just knowing that a character is in there and can interact, is fun. Displaying a character interacting, like actually sitting in there or about to get in, is also fun. You can have characters like loading the weapons into the hands and whatnot. That's cool. I like that they have weathering paint all over it and it's not just plain plastic. So that's all good. Negatives, just to put it bluntly, it feels cheap. Like squeezing on certain stuff and the pieces just pushing in and then you have to readjust it. Aggravating. The arm articulation and whatnot, I kind of expected the arms to be not very agile. I kind of expected that because of the way this thing is designed as a character or whatever, or a vehicle in the actual mythology. But the legs, I would have hoped that they would have given it ankle pivot and it could like bow out like the arms and you can do at least an A stance. That would have made things way easier to get it posed, but as it stands, it's very difficult. And the decisions they made as far as how the actual joints work, they definitely fight with you when you're trying to get it posed like this. I had to like wiggle around to get the hips to be in the correct position. But yeah, whatever I just said, those are my main gripes. Stuff like this. Oh, to get even more into that, like these don't stay in there like crazy secure. They just plug in. And there we go with the legs. Like I said, not having that ankle pivot makes it difficult to get them into a good pose. So yeah, if this thing fell, it won't break, but just know the accessories will probably fly in the air somewhere. And you do have to worry about things like this if you like keep this, because this is just a pliable piece. In fact, this was bent and warped and I had to use a hair dryer to make it straight. But if you leave this in here, it's going to start drooping and whatnot when it gets warm. So know that. But yeah, I like it, but yeah, it's just rough around the edges. So just know that going in. Anywho, thank you for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click the